So the decision was on Orono's part to not re-up the contract. It didn't just end.
No, it's ending.
It's ending, and we, as a council, decided not to continue it.
Not to continue to negotiate a new contract.
Okay. And that was the decision made without community input. I just want to clarify that.
The community input is called an election. I'm sure you're aware of that as well. We've made all the decisions. We've made all the decisions for the last 8 years, and I can go back on all those decisions where the community picked us because they said, you know what, having fairy dust and sprinkling them on our roads doesn't work very well. Having fairy dust and sprinkling them on our parks doesn't work very well. You actually need money. At the time, I remember having a conversation with a council woman who says, we have a pavement management plan. I was like, a pavement management with no money is not a plan. You have to actually budget correctly and put money aside. So methodically, for the last 8 years, we've incrementally put stuff in the budget to get everything covered in Orono within the same tax rate by reallocating dollars over time and paying off debt correctly like any good business person would do to put the money where the priorities should be. And that's what we have done. Those are the same decisions we've made with the fire department. Based on being elected, we have made all good decisions for those entire 8 years, and nothing has changed, and nothing is changing because of that either.
I want to say that I attended the Long Lake Open House Forum last week, and I want to repeat here what I did say that night, which is that based on my experience, and again, I'm not a fire expert, but I've been on council now this is my first term, and I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of talking, a lot of research on this issue of fire service. And my opinion is that, as we move forward with these decisions, what I've learned is that fire suppression in the act of putting out fires is about control. I believe that fire service is about community. And on that note, I want to just put forth some questions to my fellow council members tonight rather than talking more about some of these issues we've already covered. I'm just going to ask some open-ended questions that I would appreciate my fellow council members considering as we move forward with this issue. How have we kept our residents abreast of our intentions and actions related to major changes in fire service delivery over the last few years? Are we open to using available resources, such as informal or contracted mediation, in future negotiations with the Long Lake City Council? How did we inform residents about the impact the bonding sale in 2021 had on the increase in their tax levy this year? And how have we informed residents about the impact the creation of an Orono Fire Department will have on their tax levy in the near future? In what ways has this council demonstrated that the city of Orono is a friendly neighbor? Are we aware that other cities around us have been developing partnerships, sharing resources, and forming fire districts collaboratively? Should we be concerned that we're moving further away from this direction? What guarantees exist that we will have contract cities interested in receiving service from an Orono Fire Department? Are we aware of the perception that city officials, staff, and residents in neighboring communities have of the Orono City Council with regard to our planning around fire services? Is control over a fire department worth the price that will be paid by our residents to build, operate, and staff a fire department now and into the future? Is paying 84% of budget when we make up 72% of the calls going to be more or less of a burden than paying 100% of the budget, perhaps 100% of the time? Is the establishment of an independent fire department for a city that averages about 300 calls a year a necessity? Would an infusion of capital dollars into the Long Lake Fire Department solve any of the issues we're trying to fix with this new department formation? And finally, is this council open to actively seeking out independent data, engaging experts, listening to our residents, and working with other cities to determine a best course of action for our community as a whole? That's all. Thank you.